Do. This is a beautiful, beautiful day right here in the Buckhead community of Atlanta. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Ramonepreston show. If you're coming on, please do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that share button, tag Lolly Dolly everybody and let them know your boy Ramonepreston, my squad on the other side of the room, or the suite, or the wing, wherever we at. And the Ramonepreston show, we're live right here on this beautiful Tuesday. Today is Tuesday, September the 27th, 2022. Hit the like button, hit the share button, tag Lolly Dolly, everybody, and let them know Ramonepreston and the Ramonepreston show is live today. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's Tuesday, September the 27th. Tuesday, September the 27th. I am live right here in real time. This is not a replay. This is your boy. And I'm super excited about this discussion that I want to have with you today on the power and the purpose of systems and processes. So hit the like button, hit the share button, tag somebody, let them know we're live. Drop in the comments what city you're watching your boy from, who you represent. Put in the comments what city you're watching me from. I want to know what city you're watching your boy from today on this beautiful Tuesday. Listen, y'all, I don't know what happened yesterday. I think during the show, I think yesterday we lost, a reception during our live show yesterday. So the back end of yesterday's show, I think we lost reception. So I was sitting here talking until one of my team members came in and said, you ain't live today, bro. You is not live today. So we're live today. I'm super excited. I want to say congratulations to all of you. If you're watching and you just recently joined one of our programs, whether it's our Millionaire Blueprint online training program, whether it's our Millionaire Mentorship coaching program, we've had new people join these two programs within the last week or so. I want to say congratulations to you. Yesterday, Monday, we hosted our weekly coaching call. So every Monday at 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern, I host a live coaching call for everyone who's a part of our Millionaire Mentorship program. It's a coaching program. And for me to see new people joining that live call, to know that we have new clients, new mentees, new future millionaires that we are working with and we're serving, it does my heart well. And to know that we have new students that are on Ramonepreston University being trained for business and financial freedom, it does my heart well. So I want to say congratulations to you if you are one of the ones that just recently joined one of our programs. For those of you that have not joined any of our programs, but you watch the Ramonepreston show, you may have watched many of my shows. You may watch a lot of the videos and engage in a lot of the content that I put on social media. Listen, I'm a business and financial consultant. I have been a full-time entrepreneur for almost 20 years. For almost 20 years, I have been a full-time entrepreneur. I say that with pride. Sometimes I say it with some disgust, to be honest, because sometimes I think to myself, man, you've been doing this for almost 20 years. You should be a billionaire. You should be beyond a millionaire. You should have way more money than what you got. You should be way further along, but it is what it is. And I truly believe that I'm on my way to become a multi-millionaire, billionaire one day, and I'm gonna continue to do what I need to do, but I wanna take a lot of people with me. This is why I'm bringing it up. I'm not just bringing it up to brag and talk about what I've accomplished. I'm bringing it up so that you can know, in order for me to get to where I wanna go, I've gotta be willing to help a lot of people. I heard one person say it this way: if you plan on becoming a billionaire, you have to prepare to create a whole lot of millionaires. And so that's what I'm doing. I'm doing everything that I possibly can. And how am I doing that? Well, by hosting this show, giving you free content, sharing with you information that I know can help you start, structure, and scale a business to at least get you to $1 million. I know I can do that. I know I can show you how to do it because I've done it. But it's up to you to take the information and the advice and the wisdom and the teaching that I give you and apply it to your life. So even if you're not a client in our coaching program, even if you've never purchased any of our products or services, or you've never even been to one of my events, the fact that you watch these videos, the fact that you engage with me on social media, it means a lot to me and to my team, because we work hard to provide the best content. I take my best work and I share it. I try to make sure that my shows are full of content. I try to make sure that I share things with you that I know you can use and that can help you. I'm not trying to be a philosopher. I'm not some idealist that just, thinks hypothetical. I'm a realist. I want to give you things that you can use and practice and put to work and see results in, because at the end of the day, if you're getting information from somebody about business and entrepreneurship and money and financial freedom, and you never see positive results in business, in your entrepreneurship, in your money, or you never experience financial freedom, where's the disconnect? Is the disconnect with you, or is the disconnect with the person you get information from? Well, I don't want it to be on my end. If it's going to be, it's going to be on your end, because I want to give you the proper information. So welcome to the Ramonepreston Show. If you don't know, now you know. I'm your host, Ramonepreston, every Monday through Friday, just like today, 12 o'clock noon Eastern Standard Time. I do my best every Monday through Friday to show up live. And so this is not a replay. I'm live today, okay? It is Tuesday, September the 27th, a little after 12 o'clock p.m. noon Eastern. And we're here to talk about the power and the purpose of systems and processes. So if you don't know a lot about me and my business, what we do here at Ramonepreston Enterprises is we help people properly start, properly structure, and properly scale their businesses, their ministries. We work with a lot of ministries and ministers and churches, their income streams, and their wealth building dreams. So whether you're a W-2 employee, a 1099 contractor, a legitimate business owner, a leader, an influencer, this is what we do here. We provide strategies, we provide solutions, we provide education and training to help assist you in starting and structuring and scaling whatever it is that you're putting together. So we do that through our consulting services, we do it through our coaching program, we do it through our educational program. So we have all of these resources available with the things that you need to show you how to put together a successful organizational enterprise. Now, one of the things you hear me talking about a lot is systems and processes. I talk about that a lot because whether you're getting education from me, from my courses, whether you're getting coached from me, or whether you're getting consulted by me, this is one of the core competencies that we have here at my company. This is one of the things that I do well, and that is to show you how to not just put a business together, but how to integrate the right systems and processes. So let's think about it for a minute. If you start a business, okay, you got to file and form your paperwork. Of course, if you listen to me and you follow me, I'm going to recommend that your first business is a holding company, all right? But once you file and form the paperwork, once you get your EIN number, your bank account, your Duns and Bradstreet, once you put a legal entity together, the next thing you need to be doing is making money. Why? Because we get into business, of course, for a purpose, but we also get into business for a profit. So the whole idea of you starting a business, starting a legal entity, filing and forming the paperwork for an LLC to be established is for you to somehow figure out what your ideas are, what your products and services are going to be, take them to the marketplace and start making money. That's the purpose of a business, to make a profit, correct? All right, but once you do that, let's just say once you put your business together, it's legitimate, it's legal, you got your bank account, even if you're still working on figuring out what ideas you got, what products and services you have, at some point, you have to have systems and processes. This is why I talk a lot about it, because in order for your business to run effective, in order for your business to run efficient, in order for your business to be successful, in order for your business to actually work consistently, you're gonna have to have systems and processes, if I'm making sense, okay? And so what does that mean? What that means is when you start a business, no matter what your business is, this is where we're gonna be talking a lot about today. When you start your business, okay, your business is established. So you have your business, LLC. So whether you have a holding company and an operating entity or more operating entities, no matter what it is that you do in terms of how you structure the legal side of your business with your operating companies, with your holding company, with your subsidiaries, with your divisions, no matter what this part of your business is put together as, this business needs to be, or these businesses need to be complemented with systems, correct? And with processes. This is why I talk so much about this, because if you don't have systems and processes, connected to your business, or your business says, I already know you're struggling making a profit. Or if you're making a profit, I know you're struggling keeping your profit and maximizing your profit because you do not have systems and processes. So if you got the business or the businesses, if you got the holding company, the operating company, the divisions, the subsidiaries, you got your EINs, your Duns and Bradstreets, you got your bank accounts, you got your debit cards, you got your ideas for products and services, or even if you don't have them, you need to complement this business with systems and processes. That's why I'm talking today about the power and the purpose of systems and processes. So before we get into the details of the power and the purpose of systems and processes, we first need to make sure we understand what systems and processes are. So if you don't have a clear understanding of what systems and processes are, let me give you an easy understanding of it. A system, or your systems, are platforms that house information. This is what your systems are. Your systems are platforms that house information. So that means no matter what you're selling in your business, no matter what you're selling in your business, there needs to be a sales system and a sales process for what you're selling. No matter what you're selling in your business, there still needs to be a marketing system and a marketing process. You got to have systems and processes for your sales. You got to have systems and processes for your marketing. Even if you're a nonprofit organization, okay, you might not be looking at it from a for-profit sales perspective, but you still need to look at it from a revenue perspective, whether it's with donors or for, people who are philanthropists supporting your nonprofit, or whether it's grants that you're getting or funding that you're getting. So your business, no matter what you're selling, no matter what you're providing in products and services, it needs a sales system and process. It needs a marketing system and process. It needs a financial system and process. I'm giving you like the main areas that you have to have systems and processes for your business in: financial and then operational. So if you are not clear on these areas of your business when it comes to systems and processes, this is where some of your glitching is coming from. If you feel like you're spinning your wheels because you're like, man, I got my holding company, or I understand the holding company, I know I need an operating entity, but I just feel like I'm still stuck. Okay, yes, you got to have products and services, but you still need to complement businesses that have products and services with systems and processes. So you need platforms. This is what systems are. You need platforms, I'm trying to do it easy, that house information. That's going to be your system. And then you need processes, or you need steps that measure results. Does that make sense? I want you to really take this and understand it. So you have a business or businesses. Your business has products. At some point, your business is going to have products and services, right? Even if you're working on products and services, because you don't really know what you're going to sell. You don't really know what you're going to do. At some point, if you put a business infrastructure together, whether it's one LLC or 10 LLCs, at some point, this business structure needs to figure out what are the products and services that it's going to go into the market and provide to make money. You got to figure this out. It ain't going to be easy sometimes, because a lot of times, or sometimes really, when you're an entrepreneur, you got so many ideas, you're trying to figure out what is the product you selling, what is the service you're providing. This is why having a holding company and setting it up and structuring it in a way that it can flow easy, it works better because, it helps to simplify and it helps to concentrate your focus on the main thing. So let's just assume you have your business infrastructure, whether it's 1 or 10 LLCs. Let's assume that you're working on the products and the services that you're going to start providing in the marketplace. The next thing you need to start working on is complementing this infrastructure with systems and processes. Because I'm telling you, if you feel like you're spinning your wheels and you feel like you're really confused about how to run your business, running your business is all here. Not the filing and forming part. That ain't running your business. Running your business is all here. It ain't even really the products and services. Products and services play a role in running your business, but all you're really doing with products and services are you're producing them, you're providing them, and you're continuing to perfect them, okay? You're going to continue to produce them. You're going to continue to provide them. You're going to continue to perfect them. That's what you're doing with products and services. But most of your day-to-day operations, most of the confusion that entrepreneurs and small business owners have, most of that confusion is in this area right here. They never figure this part out. And so whether they got good products or services or not, they never see any success because this is where the problem is. The problem is where your systems and processes break down, or you never develop them. You never even create them. So I want you to be real honest with me today now. I really want you to be honest with me today. Can you look at these 4 areas, just these 4 areas, the areas of your company sales, the areas of your company marketing, the areas of your company financials, the area of your company operations? Can you honestly look at these 4 areas and say that you've got the right systems for these areas and processes for these areas? Because if you do, that means you've got platforms that house information for all these areas. Do you have that? Do you have that? Don't tell me that you got an LLC. Don't tell me you got a holding company. Don't tell me you got a Duns and Bradstreet. Don't tell me you trying to get funding for your business. Don't tell me you way over here working on all that. Don't tell me you trying to get a credit card. Don't tell me you trying to get auntie or uncle or somebody around you that you know to give you $10,000 loan for you to get your business started. No. We don't want to have a talk about that. Don't tell me about how good you are at the service you provide or how good your products are. Tell me, when it comes to just these 4 areas of a business, of every business, do you have systems? Do you have platforms that house information for these areas? And do you have processes? Do you have steps that measure the results of these areas of your business? If you don't, please understand, this is where the problem is. You might not think it is because you really don't always hear people talk about this enough. The reason why you probably don't hear people talk about it enough, because everybody's not me. Everybody's not like me. Everybody's not a business consultant. But if you sat down with a real business consultant, if you sat down with a real company that provides consulting, I promise you, I can guarantee you that they're going to talk about systems and processes. They ain't going to just keep talking to you about getting a loan. They ain't going to keep talking about you getting a credit score, or getting a paydeck score, or getting a U line, or getting a trade line, or getting a credit card, or a line of credit, or they're not going to keep talking about to you. And most of them ain't even going to say anything about that stuff, because they know those things are not going to sustain your business. Now, if you agree with me, you do. If you don't, you don't. It is what it is. But I want you to, you don't even have to put this in the comments, but I want you to be real honest with yourself. Because if you do not have platforms that house information for your sales, that means if you cannot track how many sales you're making, what products and services are selling, what's getting the best results, if you don't have a process for your sales, if you don't know how to walk people that you talk to who could be potential clients and customers through a process, if you don't even understand it, it's because you don't have systems and processes for your sales. If you don't have systems and processes for your marketing, you don't know what platforms on social media work, what platforms are not working. If you can't measure the results of your marketing activities, your emails, your letters that you send out, your mail outs, your vlogs, if you can't measure those things, you don't have this in marketing. In your financials, if you can't go to QuickBooks right now or some financial management platform and pull up your profit and loss for the last 9 months or 8 months of this year, if you can't quantify how much money you made from January to now, how much money you spent from January to now, how much free cash flow was left, and if you can't even forecast what your potential tax liability would be if you paid your taxes now, it's because you ain't got systems and processes in your financials. When it comes to your operations, if you cannot track and measure the results of what the activities are in your business, even if you just doing everything yourself, you should be able to track all the areas. Because remember, if you a solopreneur, if you doing everything yourself as a solopreneur, you should still be able to look at certain things you're doing and say, oh, this is the sales part of what I'm doing. You should be able to look at certain things you're doing and say, oh, I'm doing marketing here. You should be able to see where your financials are. There was a time, see, this is why I could talk about this with such conviction and boldness, because there was a time as a CEO of my company, I did everything. And I still do a lot of this stuff. I have no problem jumping in. But there was a time I didn't have a staff. There was a time nobody was being paid to work for my company. There was a time I wasn't being paid to work for my company. There was a time my company didn't have no money to pay nobody. There was a time I had to wake up every day. I had to be the CEO. I had to be the boss. I had to be the salesperson. I had to create opportunities to make sales. I had to market my business. I had to manage my financial systems. I had to do my QuickBooks. I had to work with the CPA when it was tax time. I had to focus on my operations. I had to do administration. I had to do flyers. I had to work on my website. I had to make calls. I had to send email campaigns out. I had to respond to emails. I had to work on issues with customers. I had to do all this stuff. I had to follow up with people. I had to deal with complaints. So you have to understand there's no excuse for you to not know this stuff. You're not going to hire people to do all this stuff and think you just going to live happily ever after as an entrepreneur. A lot of this crap people are trying to feed you and convince you to believe you can do in business is just unrealistic for most business owners. You are not going to just click some button, create some automated system, and your business works for you. Now, there are certain businesses that you can start that may give you the ability to do that, but it don't mean that business gonna make money for you. just because somebody else tried something and figured out a way to make it work, and then they started selling the idea to you and you bought the idea, it doesn't mean the initial thing they did is going to work for you just because they sold you the idea. It don't mean it's going to work for you. And so this is one of the reasons why when you hear people like me, it's hard to really accept and digest what I'm saying, because there's no easy way around building a successful business. You have no idea how hard it is to, number one, build an infrastructure like this, number one. Number two, once you build it, to realize that it's not going to be perfect, so you got to keep tweaking it every day. Then while you're tweaking it every day, you have to figure out a way to be consistent in making money. And you got to continue to repeat that over and over again in order for you to grow your business. It's not easy. This is why 9 out of 10 businesses fail. Period. 90% of businesses within a 5 to 10 year window don't even exist. So that means 9 out of 10 businesses that are starting this year, they probably won't even exist in 2032. Think about that. 9 out of 10 businesses that start today, this year, won't even exist in 10 years. Most of them won't even exist in 3 years. Some of y'all know what I'm talking about. Most of them won't even exist in 3 years. So what is the power and the purpose of systems and processes? Well, there's a lot of power and a lot of purpose behind platforms that house information and steps that measure your results, because these are the things that you need. You got to have platforms, and your platforms need to reflect these main areas. So there are a lot of systems that exist today that you can use to check these boxes. Like, they definitely have CRM type systems that you can do sales and marketing with. So there are CRMs, there are customer relationship management softwares, there are programs, there are platforms that exist today that you can really do your sales and your marketing in together. You can run your email campaigns, you can follow up with clients, you can call clients, you can report, you can track the activities and measure the results of how you get people in, which means when you get an email address and a phone number and a name of somebody, you can put them in this system, and then you can call them based on how you got their information. You can make sure you track those activities and keep that information in there. You can have them in a certain category where they might not start out as a client over here where they bought something. They may start as a lead or a prospect, and you walk them through each phase of that process for them to become a client. So there are systems that house information for both of these. Most of the times when you're doing financial systems, you're using something like QuickBooks, okay? Or something similar. I like QuickBooks, and I always recommend it because I'm an ambassador for QuickBooks, and it just really works better for me. You know, of course, once we make 10, 20, 30 million dollars, that may change. But until that time, right now, it's working for me. So you can definitely be making a couple $1,000,000 easily and be using something like QuickBooks. I know companies that make millions of dollars and use QuickBooks. So it definitely can work, okay? Now, some of your operational, like your HR, your insurance, and some of the legal things, you will find some of these features in financial systems like QuickBooks, but most of the times your operations is really about the administrative aspects of your business. And so we even use a platform that gives us the ability to house some of our operational activities where our sales and our marketing is, even though we have a separate system for the financial. I'm just showing you how this is the real work. This is where the rubber meets the road, because when you can figure this stuff out and start making it work while taking products and services to the market and selling them to make money and continue to tweak this to make this better, it's easier for you to bring people on to hire them to help you build your organization out. So the power and the purpose of systems and processes is, number one, for you to create more efficiency You need to create more efficiency in your business. So you've got to become more efficient. What do you mean by efficient? Well, I want to be able to have platforms that house information. So I want a platform. Okay, I'm going to put system here. I want a system. I want systems or platforms. And I want these systems and platforms to house info on my sales, my marketing, my financials, and my operations. So once I have these systems or these platforms that house information in these areas, now I can start working on my processes. So now I want to start measuring the steps, or having steps rather, that measure my results. I want to start being able to go to these systems and platforms, and I want to be able to start seeing, what am I doing in my sales? What type of results am I getting from the people I'm connecting to? What is my marketing producing? What do my financials look like? What do my operations look like? Now, a lot of companies, they use KPIs. You may have heard of that before. KPIs, like key performance indicators. But it's really hard to have a key performance indicator. It's going to be hard for you to have an indicator of the performance of your business, an indicator of the performance of a department, an indicator of the performance of a certain employee or group of employees. How are you going to have indicators of what they are doing and what their performance is if you don't have systems and processes? Because your systems are going to house the information to show what people are actually doing. And so here at our company, we use the 5 R's to connect systems to processes. Because remember, the processes are what? The steps that measure results. So once you perfect this and you really start working on this, it's going to change the way you run your business. Because again, like I told you, running your business is really you running your systems, managing the day-to-day operations of a business. Because I get people ask me that question all the time. What does it mean for me to manage the day-to-day operations? How do I run the day-to-day operations of my business? Well, you manage it and run it through systems and processes. Because now you got platforms that you've created, technology that you use to house information on the main areas of your business. Your sales, meaning that you've got leads, you've got prospects, you've got clients and customers. You've got a track record to show what your relationship with people is through your business. You've got marketing systems and processes. You can show what your activity is on social media, what results you're getting, what content is working, what content is not working. How are people responding to you the most? Do they respond to you more by email? Do they respond to your text messages? Do they respond to your live events? Do you have free offers that you give people? Do you consult people and coach people? Are you an influencer? Are your products priced right, that it gets the right attention? All this is tied to your marketing, and you've got systems for that. Your financials, you can show in these systems how much money you make and how much money you spend and how much money you got left to determine how you can expand your business. So you need to know all those numbers, right? Your operations, you got to know what you're doing every day and if it's actually working. Because you can wake up every day and be saying, man, I'm running my business. I'm working hard. I'm doing a whole lot, and you ain't getting nothing done. The reason why you feel like you ain't getting nothing done in your business, because you are not tracking. You're not tracking or measuring the results of your business operations. And you have to do it through systems. So the connective tissue, what connects this to processes, how are you going to measure the results, is what I like to call the 5 R's. That's what we use. So we make sure in our company we have these 5 R's, right? we have these 5 R's, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we make sure that everybody here at our company has a role, which, by the way, if what I'm saying is making sense to you, and if you're learning something, and if it's starting to resonate with you, I want you to put in the comment what your biggest takeaway is so far. Like what's resonating with you. And maybe if you have a question, you could drop the question in the comments. But I would just love to get some feedback from you to know, like, is this making sense to you? Do you see how powerful this is? Do you understand the power and the purpose of systems and processes? How it just moves the clutter, how it eliminates the confusion. And this is really where most of your business is. Like, most of your business is in this area right here. This is where all your business is. This is where you make the decision to stay stuck, stay small, or get free and get big. This is where it all happens at. This is where it goes down at, right? This is like the bedroom of your business. This is where it goes down at. So now we look at our role. We want to make sure everybody in our company has a role. We want to make sure that Ramonepreston, as the CEO, has a role. I want my team to know what I'm supposed to be doing every day. Okay? I want to know what my personal assistant is supposed to do every day. I want to know what my wife is supposed to do. I want to know what my son is supposed to do. I want to know what my administrator is supposed to do. I want to know what my marketer is supposed to do. I want to know what everybody that works for my company is supposed to do. Because why? We need a role. And once we figure out the role, now we can assign that person a responsibility. So now I can be the CEO and know what my responsibility is. I am responsible for A, B, C, and D. I can go to somebody else and say, your role is this, your responsibility is this is what you're responsible for. Does that make sense? You got to have that. Once you have the responsibility, now you can create a routine. What is going to be the routine? The routine is every day, Monday through Friday, I work at least 40 hours a week. I do A, B, C, D, and E, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, these are the things that I do every day. This is going to be my routine. It may not be limited to that, but it at least includes that. It might not be limited to, but it includes certain things that I do. Then once I create a routine, I can look at my reach. This is where I start quantifying. If what I'm saying makes sense, I start quantifying my role, my responsibility, and my routine. So for example, if I'm a salesperson, let's say you're a salesperson, okay? That means your role is to be what? A salesperson. Okay, what will be your responsibility? Your responsibility will be to sell products and services, to call, to send emails out, to follow up, to do presentations. These are the things that you do. So what is your routine? Your routine may be to come in every day, make calls, follow up, give presentations, set appointments, so forth and so on. What is your reach? Well, maybe you have to make 100 calls. Maybe you have to send out 50 emails. Maybe you have to do 10 presentations. Maybe you have to set up 5 appointments. But all of a sudden, we can quantify what the salesperson is doing because we have a role, responsibility, routine, reach, and then it brings us to the results. So now, at the end of the day, or in the middle of the day, or at the end of the week, or in the middle of the week, I can look at what did you do all week and what type of financial results, revenue results you have from what you've done. This is so powerful, y'all. This is where your business is going to be either great or be average right here. Because these 5 R's connect your systems to your processes. So now I could look at anybody's position in my company and I can see their role, their responsibility, their routine, their reach, and I can see what types of results they're supposed to be producing in that particular role. Now, here's the good part about everything that I've just shared with you. Everything that I just shared with you, I have in the form of training courses. So if you would like access to this training information to learn this, I have an entire program to teach you how to literally create systems, processes. I have an entire lesson to teach you about these 5 R's to show you how to start crafting your 5 R's for your employees or just for yourself. I want to give you access to that. If you want access to that course, because you know systems and processes have power and they have a major purpose in the success of your business, all you got to do is call me or text the word millionaire to that number right there. And I want to talk with you. I want to see where you are in your business, what type of information you need. Maybe you need more information than just the systems and processes. You might need me to help you get your holding company set up or your operating company. Maybe you need to restructure your current company. But I want to take a few moments to at least talk with you to see where you are, because just this course alone is going to change the game. So if you have a business set up, but you don't have your systems and processes set up, you need to be educated on that. Maybe you need to be coached on that. But even if you don't need me to coach you right now, you might just need information and education so that you can figure these things out yourself. I want to give you access to it. All you have to do is text or call me at this number right here. But if you're texting, text millionaire to 404-478-7213. Please do me a favor. Put in the comments what your biggest takeaway was from today's show. I appreciate you watching the show today. I hope you learned something about the power and the purpose of systems and processes. I hope you see how important it is for you to have this in your business. If you don't have it, you gotta get it, because this is probably why certain areas of your business are struggling. If you're having struggles with sales, marketing, financials, and operations, but you don't have systems and processes set up, this is one of the reasons why you are struggling. So I've got training courses available for you online. You can train as much as you want to, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's on demand. These videos are life-changing and they're world-class. And we have coaching. I can coach you on this if you want to be a part of my coaching program. I'll be more than happy to take some time to just walk you through each step of this process if that's what you need. But either way, you have to text the word millionaire to that number, 404-478-7213. So please put your biggest takeaway in the comments. Let me know what today's show did for you, how it helped you understand the power and purpose of systems and processes. And don't forget, please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube page, invite others to subscribe, and follow me on all other platforms. You can find me everywhere at Ramonepreston, at Ramonepreston. I see you on here. CMNYT1111 says, takeaway, systematize or amortize. Come on through, bro, or sis. Whoever you are, thank you for the takeaway. I appreciate y'all. I'll be back here tomorrow on Wednesday. Tomorrow will be Wednesday. We'll be back here on Wednesday, Winning Wednesday, to share more information with you. And again, if you have any questions, any other information you need, or if you just know you want to get access to the training and the coaching that we already have available for you with this, just text millionaire to this number so we can talk with you. We're here at the office today. We'll be here all day like we are every day, and look forward to working with you and helping you take your business and your finances to the next level. Thank you for joining the Ramonepreston Show. I'll see you tomorrow. Same place, same time, right here, 12 o'clock noon.